This
this week, right?
conference will now
Yeah,
be recorded.
Yeah, so we thought to complete on probably 6th or 7th.
sixth, yeah.
Yeah, 6th or 7th, but now it will become a bit late.
Mm.
Yeah, due to that, two sessions are, we need that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, 2 days will be prolonged.
Yeah.
You're okay with it, right? Sir, do you have any
Yeah,
plans in the next week so that you can tell me prior so that
I
we can
do.
plan the rest of the sessions?
Yeah, I
Obviously,
do.
it's Monday, 5th is Monday, right? So 5th, it will be like, 30 minutes late for your join, right? As usual.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let us see if it is possible. We can target on mm, maybe 8, 7 to 8,
Mm.
but 99 is the max.
Okay.
Okay, 9 is the max.
Mm.
Okay, fine. Let's
Okay.
get start. Okay, so you remember like what we discussed on last session. I think we started working on the stuff related to if else conditions, right?
Yes. Let's
Uh,
start.
you understand that if else conditions, or you need any like demo on them?
Could I have a small
You
demo?
understand?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
to
yeah.
make sure.
So sure, we'll try with the same kind of marks only, and we'll first write it the cases like what exactly the points we need. Okay.
Mm.
So what we are going to do here, in app.js file, right now we are actually adding the statements in the sense conditions along with what kind of results that we need. Okay, so the value will be static. Let me value will be static in the sense we are going to store a static marks. Let us say that let marks equal to 70. The same way, same thing I'm taking, or maybe 75 we can take.
Mm.
Okay, and what we can do is right whenever a condition goes, we need to print in a console.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so now what exactly we are going to do is, so first we'll add some conditions. What are the conditions that we are going to add? So okay, let us say the example that the marks we already know 75, but the same example we'll do the dynamic also, probably Monday, or maybe if possible today only we can cover that also. Okay,
Mm.
so now what we are going to do, so if marks are let us say that 90 or more than 90, so we can pass that the condition, we can write it like 90. Just try to try to listen that the statement that which I am giving, 90 or more than 90. So which means like greater than 90. First we can check that equal to 90. So when we are checking that equal to 90 or greater than 90. Okay, so in such a case, how we can write in JavaScript, the condition will be greater than or equal to 90. So what exactly the meaning of that greater than or equal to 90? Either the value should be equal to 90 or greater than 90. Maybe 90 or 9 from 91 to 100. Okay, so all it will become as a grade. You
Mm.
understand till this point?
Yes.
Okay, so what exactly the second thing that we can maybe think about it? People whoever is getting values between 80 to 90.
Mm.
Okay, between 80 to 90. So what is the case between 80 to 90? So if they, I mean, if the value comes either 80 or more than 80, first we'll talk about this one. So 80 or more than 80. The same way how we have applied 90, right? So now
Yeah.
what is the case, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now the point is, if you try to write like this, obviously there will be no case for a grade, because whatever is coming after this 80 also, it will execute the same condition whatever we are going to write. So we have to stop here. The score, I mean, the marks should be less than 90 only. That is the reason we can call 80 or more than 80, or it should be less than 90. So that is the one kind of grade.
Mm.
You're getting?
Yes.
So what is that? This condition we are going to handle, and we are going to add and operator. and what we
Yes.
exactly we're going to do is less than 90. Now if you see, if a mark is direct 90, so
Mm-hmm.
obviously it will come.
Mm.
If the mark is 82, so this condition definitely success, because
Yeah.
82 is definitely greater than or equal to 80, and obviously it is less than 90 only, right?
Mm-hmm.
Make sense? Any
Yeah.
question?
No, that makes sense.
Okay. So yeah, next thing what we are going to do is we'll target on between 70 to 80.
Mm.
So the same condition,
Holding
less
there.
than or equal to 70,
Mm-hmm.
and it
No,
should be
80.
less than 80, not
Yeah.
90.
I said 80.
Okay, because when it comes to 80, oh, you said 80. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Then you understand it. Then we can implement for a 60 to 70,
Mm-hmm. So it'll be
right?
60 and 70.
Yes. Yeah. 60 and less than 70.
So, so it's just giving a range for everything.
Yeah, we can. I mean, that is purely based on the requirement. See, we are giving actually an example here, right?
Mm-hmm.
But not so many possible in real time. Maybe they can remove either one of them, either second or third. That is also possible. See, end of the day, it is a requirement. But what you have to understand here is, what exactly the requirement and what values that they are looking. So
Mm.
definitely give clear information on this. How on what basis we check the condition. See here, what you can check, you cannot just stick with that marks and 90 or 80. In real time we are not going to do this kind of stuff. In real time we are going to make sure to check that actual condition and actual data.
Mm.
Okay, so this is a like a kind of maybe you can see, you can understand that this is a raw blueprint data. You can see, you can understand that way, but it is not going to be actual data in real time also. So every time you want, you won't check that if else conditions only for marks, right? Doesn't
Mm-hmm.
make any sense if you do like that,
Mm.
right? So let's assume that in such a case maybe we can check 60 or 70 condition, or maybe we can remove this one. Either way is fine. We can check that when it is comes to 72, then in such a case it become a 90 here,
Mm.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this also works, no issues. We can make in this way also. So it is a grade, and we can consider this as a B grade. And
See.
still we can use, yeah, still we can use like 60 and maybe 50, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe 40 we can use. So we need to make sure to define that conditions,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Then only we can get it. So how we are handling that, so first 90 or more than 90 we are handling that, and of course we are handling that greater than or equal to 70, and it should be like 70 and less than 90. So whatever the value it is between the 70 to 90, it will be B grade only,
Mm. Yeah.
right? So the next
Mm-hmm.
case we can, based on our requirement, what is the next case. So we verified here till probably what, from 70 or more than 70 or less than 90. So 70 to 90 we cannot do anything. There will be no condition for sure,
No condition?
right? Yeah, no condition will, because this is we already logged in, right? I mean, this is already sticked. We cannot write. There will be no more condition because we already defined this for a B grade.
Oh, yes, yes. Okay.
You're right.
Yeah.
You understand that?
Mm-hmm.
So again, what exactly we can write here? We can write a one more condition. What is the values if comes 60 to less than 70, not 50 actually, right? So it is 60 or more than equal to 60 or more than 60, but it should be less than 70 only.
Mm.
You're getting? Or maybe
Yes.
instead of 60, we can plan for 50 here, 50 and 70. So this considered as a C grade.
Mm.
Yeah. So what else is missing?
We can do 50, like 30 to 50.
Yeah, so 30 to 50, maybe we can consider as if maybe we can we can do something like this, like a 35 greater
Mm-hmm.
than or equal to, and less than what you say 50,
Mm-hmm.
just pass. All other conditions will be
Fail.
fail only.
Mm.
Make sense?
Yes.
See, so when you work on real-time scenarios, you make sure to definitely write, use cases like this. Otherwise, you will get confused. When it is a straightforward, like only one condition, it is very easy. Simply, we can write an if conditions and check that and return whatever you want,
Mm.
right? But when we
Mm-hmm.
are working in this way, yeah, it won't work. Like let us say that if what is that marks, we'll use the same condition here, okay? Because the conditions that we have written, the purpose is to reuse only. Now we can return that console here, a grade, because I'm about to print that string, so that is the reason I added that quotes here.
Mm.
Then it comes to like else if, and what is the next condition here?
70 and 80. So
So
it'll be a
yeah,
mark.
so how we gonna write it, like that?
So,
Let me make this. So
mm-hmm.
add that marks here and marks here, and write that what exactly you want.
That'll be count to log
Console.log
B grade.
B grade.
So that's just the
And what
output.
else? Next
So,
else if.
so council is the output, right?
Sorry. Yeah,
The
console is the output. Yes, console is the output. You're right. And we can handle this, copy this, and less than, sorry, greater than or equal to 50, and what I'm going to do is, let me put 70 here and remove this. And by the way, one more point that I'm telling we can add n number of unknowns here, so there is no
and
restriction. Yeah, so when you have a real time data, you can check like 1, 2, 3, 4, n number of things, but maximum 2 to 3, or worst case it is 4,
mm,
right? Those many scenarios want to come in real time also.
okay.
That will be like huge data that you are getting, and you need to check a lot of conditions to give some output,
Mm,
right? Yeah,
mm-hmm.
and this is gonna be something on secret, right? And again, one more else if conditions, what we added that greater than or equal to 35. So if you get a 35 or more than 35, it's a pass.
Yeah.
35 and marks less than 50. Obviously, if it is 50, where it will go?
If it's 50, we'll go to C grade.
You are right, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry. So just pass. So yes, I'm not going to write what is going to happen less than 35. So obviously once that marks will check in like step by step, if none of them has matched, okay, it will return as, it will go to straight away to else only. So for else we no need to write separately.
Right. Else. Okay.
We're getting.
Mm. Mm.
Okay, so I mean for else also, like let us say that how we have written for this, it will
So that
also
would be
work. We can also write, but we do really don't need to write.
like the default, technically.
Default. I
Right?
mean last case, obviously once
Yeah.
how that code will be, it will be like an interrupter, like it will be like a check based on the if conditions and all.
Mm.
I'll also show you like how it will be trigger. But there will be like in real time there will be a scenario when everything fails, and when it comes to yes, still you can write another if you want. I mean if it is a requirement, accept you to write. One more you can write, one more if else. So all the cases got failed, and it comes to else, and in the else itself there is a few more conditions that you are checking. You can write. So this is the reason that I told you that the other day, you need a logical thinking. You have to predict that okay. So these many conditions that I have, okay, and based
Mm-hmm.
on that you are handling that the code and all.
Mm.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Any question?
No question.
Okay, so now let us see that that marks we have and everything is there. Fail and default value that we have 75 here and script. We don't need anything. 75 we got already. It is a static value 75, and we'll check that what exactly it is coming. It is coming as a B grade. So now we can check whether 75 will come greater than or equal to 70 and obviously less than 90. Right? Now we
Mm-hmm.
can add 91 here.
It'll be
Now it
A
will
grade.
return A grade obviously, right?
Mm.
And it is something like 45. It comes to just pass. If it is 25, it will be
Fail.
fail only.
Mm.
Okay, this is how the system and the if else conditions works.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
Okay, so the same thing we can handle in the other day I told you, right? There is a switch case also,
Switch.
right? Switch case, switch and case. Okay, I'll tell you, like instead of writing if else, there is a other alternative also. First, let me comment this, and I'll write. I told you, right? Switch and
Yeah.
sorry, switch.
Mm.
Now, what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to write first, a true, sorry, true, and now I'm going to write, conditions here. It is not going to be like, if else conditions. Now, within that switch, I'm going to write, case. What if case one is something, or what if case number is two? What if case number is three? See,
Mm.
the one, two, and three, whatever I'm saying, all of them are conditions only.
Yeah.
Let us say that marks are 90 here. Okay, so now what we are going to do is same. Sorry, it will be like
Sorry.
we're getting. But what we can do is here we can write break here. Once if you are not giving a break here, now it will go to for a next case.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is makes so you understand, right? So you just need to copy this and you can write that again all the conditions how we have written. So now
Yeah.
as per this it won't throw anything, but if I change this to 95, if I'm not wrong, if this works, it will return that A grade. Let us see. But probably when we are using shift, you know this else, right? This else one.
Yes. Yeah.
You are thinking that as per you, when every condition is fails, it will come to as a else, and this is a default value, right? But even
Mm-hmm.
in switch also we need to mention that default. Instead of giving one more case, we can write direct to default keyword, right? In that we can write the same thing. Sorry, I missed that console here. So it will become fail. So we no need to write break for it.
Oh. Oh, because it's
Okay,
like
because
and.
this comes last, right? We don't need to
Mhm.
make sure to write this, but let us see whether it is working or not.
Break
Yeah,
is like a divider.
yeah, same way. Like how we have written, right? Like multiple things. Now maybe you will get you'll get an idea. Like if I change something here, what I can do, right? So I'll just uh, copy this
So if you
and write.
choose either switch case or if else, do you have to stick with that
Mhm.
one? Like you can't mix and mix it.
No,
Okay.
yeah, no, that is not a case. Because straight away how we were returning the data here, in the same way also you are also returning here also, right?
Mm.
We cannot mix them. Maybe what I'm thinking, we cannot write if else in switch, but we can write switch in if else conditions. Because When you see this console.log here and there, it is a completely a playground for you.
Mm.
Whatever you want, you can write. It is open. That is where that majority of the people will interested to write if else conditions, because we can write anything here. There is no restriction. See, you are not writing anything, but when you see this, you should write that case and break and all. But if you see, there is a straight away if only you are writing. See, if it is true, do this. Yes, this. Even though if it is true, and check one more condition like that, so it will be like clean. You can compare this, and it
Yeah.
is a completely play area for you, and you can write whatever you want. But the case is here is bit different, right?
Mm.
Yeah, that is what.
Okay.
But yeah. But I didn't try this combination, but I remember that switch I used it in one of the scenario here, because it's open. But I never tried this. Maybe we can try. See, we can try here. If what we can check here. Yeah, we can check this here. If marks double equal to double equal to 95, then write a condition here, console dot log. No, it is started showing error.
Mm.
See, value same. There is error here. See,
Yeah.
no. It is my bad actually. Now it is not. There is no error. But let us see if it works or not. We'll check this. See if it is. We changed this 95, right? So in such a case, we should get a grade and along with the value same also.
Mm.
Yeah, it works. But the point is, it works. But when you see that, it will be a bit complicated writing. When you see that switch case and if else and all. If you want to use if straight away, you can use this only, right?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like the code will be complicated, but the functionality it works. But there will be no readability to the developer,
Yeah.
because you need to check case and conditions both here. But when it is, you just need to check the condition and you can write whatever you want, right? Make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. So this is the an example. So you want me to share this?
Um. Yeah. Sure. Thank
So
you.
now what? Yeah, sure. Now what we can do, this app itself, we have already a button right here. So what I'm going to do is input,
So.
type. Tell me. Yeah, tell me.
Oh. Is this just like? Mm, I don't know.
No, you can ask me. At least in your understanding way itself, I'm fine. I can understand. I'll try to understand.
So we're trying to do the same as before.
No. Come again. Come again. Will.
So what are we trying to do?
Okay. So now what I'm trying to do is, like, let us say that So the value, the marks, we are
Mm-hmm.
actually storing static here,
Mm.
right? 95, and every time we are changing this value and we are checking the console. So now what we are going to do is, we are not going to make it as a static value. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
how? Think about it. There is a input field. I'll write that input under. Okay. And let me save this. Okay. Now I'll add some placeholder here. Placeholder. Enter marks. Save it. Right. What
Mm.
if you enter something here like 52, and when you click on this, it gives actual result, because
Oh.
this is the dynamic thing. User, until unless user adds the value, you also don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. This is a real time example. I mean, one of the real time kind of example. But when you are storing a value here, it is a static thing. It never be, because what we are checking here, if you observe this, what we are checking marks only, right? What
Mm-hmm.
if you store the value in your local? What is the point to do all these checks? You directly know it, right? So you should write a if else condition, something you don't know.
Oh,
Make sense?
yeah.
Because until unless I enter some value, I too don't know what exactly I'm going to enter, how much value I'm going to enter there. And all of a sudden, randomly, if I enter 90, I should get that output as that this candidate, I mean, grade A. That is a real kind of example, right? That's no.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And we can what you can say that we can uh, is the right word. Yeah, we can extend this. Like, let us say that we can add a one more field, that name, and I can add my name. And when I check that marks 50, so that let us say that name I have added Sai, and then I'm adding value as a 50, and I'm checking, so that how the console will be, hey Sai, you
Mm-hmm.
just pass, right?
Yeah.
That makes more sense,
Mm-hmm.
meaningful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let us check one by one. So for that, what we need, we definitely need to know few of the things. Let me comment this also. We definitely need few things. A few things in the sense like you need to understand the concept of DOM. Okay, DOM in the
Oh,
sense document object model. So how exactly document model? And if you see that any of the DOM DOM in
document.
JavaScript,
What was a document?
yeah, document object model.
Object.
You can see here. Okay, so this is
Mm-hmm.
one of the very important thing in JavaScript. Whether you are working on JavaScript, whether you are working on jQuery, whether you are working on Angular, React, whatever it is, as long as you understand the DOM concept, it is very easy for you to know do the related stuff. Otherwise, you won't get anything.
Okay.
Because the point is what we can do with the DOM. What exactly meaning of that? A document object model. See, if you see this diagram, when we write that all the HTML elements, like from starting HTML2 and end closing the HTML, everything we are writing. But when you check the how exactly it is going to be rendered in the browser behind the screen, like this only. So it will form as a tree. Okay, so it will form as a tree, and this is the root HTML that you are seeing, and it will divide as a two main elements. One is that head, and second one is the
Mm-hmm.
body. So
Mm.
like this, the entire tree is going to be generated. See, if you see that all the related
In that
examples here.
order?
Sorry.
In that order? Yeah.
Yeah, in that, I mean, how we are, right? See, we are actually simply seeing that we did some of the examples, right? See, we did all
Mm-hmm.
this code, but we know that we are seeing output, and yeah, it is good or it is bad, and that task is done. But how exactly all these HTML tags will be rendered in the behind the screens? So everything will be rendered in a DOM, and everything considered as a, each and every document considered as a tree. So how the tree looks like, how tree will be formed like this only. So
Okay.
what is the exact, yeah, what is the exact I mean advantage that exact advantage that we have when the DOM, or when the elements are formed a tree like this? So then only you can modify it if you want, based on the requirement. You will get the value, you can get the element, and you can modify the element. You can change the element, you can write the CSS, you can add the HTML content and all. We can do that. Okay,
Mm.
so let us say that the other day that we started example of document dot write. So what exactly meaning of document dot write? Okay, let me comment this, and I'm going to write something here. Yeah, I think I forget to tell you, I forget to show you something. Let me enable this. Let me check this A grade and all, right? So now you understand what exactly elements is, right?
Mm-hmm.
This area, and you understand the console also, right? What exactly use of the console that we have?
Yes, to see the output.
Yeah, so not just to see the output, there are plenty of advantages that we have. One is that we can, of course, the main purpose is that the logs we can log it and we can check it. Okay, that is the first thing. Second thing, whenever you have some issue in your script, nobody will tell you except the console only give you clear information that there is so and so
Mm-hmm.
error. Then only you can go back to your code and you can do actual debug. And third
Okay.
thing is you can write JavaScript code within the console. Let us say if I copy, sorry, if I copy all of them and I'm just clearing the console here, and if I paste everything and when I click that enter button, because marks has already been declared, I see. Okay, we have already in code, right? So that is the reason it is showing. Maybe what we can do is mm, we can simply comment this. Now it won't throw any error, I guess. Yeah, now you can see what answer that you got. A grade. And if you look at the JS code, nothing is written here, everything is commented. So if it is commented, it won't execute. So what it means exactly, so the console is help you to write the JavaScript code as well, like you can write in if else conditions here. If so, it is allowing,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you
Sounds.
can write it, and you can write the DOM operations, all the DOM operations, like document. When you check that, you will get all of them.
Oh.
Document dot get, so you will get the code also. So this developer tool is very important, whatever you are seeing developer tool. Okay, so if you understand the developer tool, then it will be easy for you.
Okay.
Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
what exactly that one more thing that I want to show you here is, let me uncomment this and reload this page again. Of course we'll get this. And the sources, what exactly mean by sources is whatever the code that we have written, we can check, like based on the folder architecture and all. You can see that script.html and app.js. Okay, and whenever you are reloading the page, before that you can add some breakpoints here. I'm just adding a breakpoint. Whenever I add a breakpoint, it will add here. Okay, and it will show you that somewhat line number 9 you have added one breakpoint. What exactly mean by breakpoint, that will tell you in next
Okay.
few minutes. And each and every thing that I have added that conditions here, else if, and else if, and else, and coming to else, right? So
Yes.
now when I reload this page, it will come immediately. What is happening? Yeah, so yeah, when I'm loading this, now it is coming here, so you can check that what exactly marks that we have. Okay, now we can check, either we can write something like 35. Let us, instead of this, as it is there in the first, right? So yeah, now you will get it clearly. Just reload this page. And now if you observe this, first it was triggered on this if. Okay, and it is
Mm-hmm.
checking that what exactly the marks is 35. So it is not greater than or equal to 90. So when I do this, right, step over next function call, when I click on this, it will go to the next else if.
Mm.
And here also it will check the condition 35 greater than or equal to 70. It fails. Obviously one condition is failing when we have a and then it won't go inside. And when you click on this, it will go to this. Now here also it will check, now these conditions also going to be fail, and go for it. Now when you check this marks and the condition is true here. And when you check this, now you can check it will go to inside the console log. You can check it. See, now this console log is going to be print in the this console.
Mm.
You got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the point is, until unless you practice this, you won't get it.
Yeah.
So
That's
what
true.
you have to what you have to understand, how you can check in, maybe in the YouTube or something, how to debug the JavaScript. So
Mm.
we definitely cannot cover all of them, like all the cases, but this is the keyword. Okay, you remember that keyword, and you can find in a maybe in a YouTube or any other way, and you can find that.
Yeah, I've been
Okay, and
taking
we have
notes
a yeah,
on what to search.
yeah. So this is fine, right? So once you're done with that, now you can simply either you can close here, or you can uncheck here for some time. You can do all of stuff.
Mm.
Okay, yeah. So now let me comment this and let ignore this. So now what I'm going to write is, I'm going to write here itself. I'm writing document dot write. Hello.
Mm.
What you have noticed here?
Undefined.
No, in the UI, what you have noticed, right? Earlier earlier you have input field and button.
Now it's just like
Now it's
text.
just hello only.
Yeah.
Why? Because, and if you look at that inspect element, now entire thing gone changed. Only hello is written here. Nothing is there.
There's
But
no
when you see the
HTML.
script.html in your local, you can see a lot of thing here, right?
Mm.
See, this is the power of JavaScript. No, this is called like dynamic. So what you made here is, when you write a document dot write with hello, right? So it is going to be print whatever the value it is within the document, and the actual document will be like body only. So you are going to write everything.
Mm.
It will be overwrite.
Okay.
Okay, so document dot write is a, like bad option to print the values, because when you print something like instead of console log, the first option is obviously console log, second option will be alert, and the worst option is document dot write. Because console log will know, I mean, it won't give any discrepancies with the to the end user, because even though if you forget to comment the console log in the production also, it won't give any issue. And at the same time, just forget about that server, and for a client, when you really working in your local also, it won't give you any harm, and it won't give you any break. You can check that after your rendering the page itself, you can check what exactly value is there in the console. That is the first and best option always, to check the values, or to print the values, to log the values. But the problem with, again, with the alert, frequently you will get alerts only if you print something. So you have to do that, you have to press the OK. That
Mm.
definitely kill your time, and it is not a, like best thing to do, implement something, or to check that data. And the worst option is document dot write, because let us say example that you have a good UI and you built everything, and when you want to check the output, if you write a document dot write something, and all the UI will gone, then what is the point to build all of them, right?
Yeah.
Now it won't go anywhere, but you won't able to see UI.
Mm.
To check the output, document dot write is a bad option. So because it will print whatever you want, but that is not the way.
Yeah. I see.
Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what exactly document here is, if you just print the document here, I'm not going to do anything, just I'm writing document and printing the document, so it will come entire
Oh.
document. If you observe this,
Oh.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is there now. Until you add something, when you put the document, this entire document will come. So all
Mm.
related DOM, that is mean DOM itself, in the DOM thing, D itself is a document, right? So when you put a document, what exactly meaning is this? So the tree has formed here. It has like HTML element, starting and closing, and head element, body element. Now you can find a element here using with, let us say that, what you can write with the document to dot, let us say if I add a location, it adds some location and it finds that, where exactly the path is, DUS so and so, you're getting,
Mm-hmm.
and it will give you like clear entire information on this.
Wait,
In the same way, yeah, you
can you
have any
show the
questions?
location again?
Hmm. Yeah, see what exactly location is, where exactly this path and all is coming. So if it is giving right, href is file d ui session script.html, and this is the origin is file, right?
Yeah, just
Yeah, the
in
path
your
name,
computer,
actual
right?
actual path name. Sorry.
It only connects to your computer.
No, no, no. I mean, what is the exact question you were asking?
Like, this is just the file, like showing where the file is in your computer, right?
Yes, yes, you are right.
Okay.
I mean, it will show you that, if you want to connect this not this file from anywhere, you can use this path href,
Mm.
and this is entire path where exactly it is located in your system. Let us say, if you go with the Google, right, in console, we can write document dot location. It will give a Google only, obviously. Host is www.google.com and href is https google.com and origin is this. Of course, there is no path because it is not there in your system, right?
Mm-hmm.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the same way, there are a lot of options. When you check the document dot and you check, it will give a lot of things. But the point is, what exactly you need is the question. And let us say when you check that document dot body, it will give that body element to you.
Mm-hmm.
Now what we can do is document dot body. Maybe we can add the color bg color here. Yeah, we can add the bg color here. Bg color equal to, when I don't remember exactly, but it's been very long time that I practice all of them. But let us say yes, you are not giving the background color either HTML or CSS. You are giving color from JavaScript. How exactly it will be going to add to the body? It will be add as a bg color.
Mm.
See, but if you look at the code, HTML code, do you see any bg color here? From where that bg color attribute came and the color came? So this is the reason that, the other day I told you that, some dynamic content may come into the page which is not there in your HTML page, right? Now you understand.
Yeah.
So, or you are not.
No.
Okay, see, the point is what you have to understand. I mean, what you have learned so far, whatever you written in HTML page and whatever you written in CSS, that you can see in the browser,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
But now what you are seeing is something different from what you are learning so far. You are
Yeah.
seeing that, you did not add any attributes in the HTML code and nothing in the CSS, but still you can see the output. So all this is the power of JavaScript, and of course that concept is DOM. That means in runtime we can handle this. Okay, now I'll tell you one scenario. Okay, now the requirement I'll tell you now to you. Okay, now we saw that, when we add a document dot body, make sure to remember this.
Mm.
Okay, just copy this. I'll put this somewhere at the end. I think I have already explained this, right? So I think we can keep like this. Okay, so now I'm commenting this temporarily, but what I need, okay, if I'm just commenting this also, this input also. Yeah, so now requirement, whenever I click me, okay, I want to see a background color.
Mm.
Got it? So now how we gonna do is, first we have to write a click event here. We have already written on click here and we did that some alert, but we are not
Need to
going
get
to
rid of it.
do some. Yeah, see, yeah, we can write here also. Let us try this. But how exactly it is going to work when I don't know document.body.color? We cannot write like this. Okay, so what we are going to do, scenarios, we gonna add a function here. Okay, that is change bg color. This is the function that I'm declaring here. Okay, when you see the function, the name is there and two brackets.
Mm.
Okay, and what I'm going to do is when I use the click on the on click this button, okay, I should call this function. So I'm already calling this function. When I return on click, that means it is already calling. But what I have to do is I have to copy this. Oh, what is that sound? Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to define a function here, and I'm pasting here and
Mm.
write like this. So function is the keyword to declare a function. So
Is there a
change
list?
bg color.
Is there a list
Sorry.
to of different types of things like function? Like, is there a sheet or something that shows what
Maybe
the function
we will get in the net only. I mean, see, so far
is?
like
Okay.
what we learned that so we saw that where, let, const, and if, else. These are all the like programming language itself. Like you won't get separately like like these keywords.
Mm.
Because these are all not keywords. These are like completed topics in JavaScript, right?
Yeah.
Like this is function. Okay, so how you can write a function? You should start with the function keyword and you should write a function name. How you are going to define it? A function name. So the name can be anything, and two braces. Immediately you need to write these flower brackets.
Mm.
Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some alert. CLACKED clicked, and let us save everything. Now just reload this, and now when I click on click me, I will get this clicked. Right, this
Mm.
alert is came, but
Yeah.
I don't need this kind of thing. I need is I need this. Copy this, and now what it exactly it is going to be perform. When I click on click me, I'm expecting that the background color should be changed as a black.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and now just let me click on this. Boom, it works, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is how that click event work. See, let us say event in the sense these are the events like on click, on change, on blur, on focus. These are all the events, and
Mm-hmm.
this is how we call the functions here. We're actually when you write a function on click, that means click one click. How you are doing the click like this. Okay, and this is the function, and the function you have to declare it like this. You have to write a function keyword, and you have to write the name of the function and whatever the logics that you want to write. Okay, you can write here. So in simple words, what exactly the function is, where we can group multiple logics, then it can be considered as a function. Now instead of this, what you can do is you can write one more thing. So you can print console here. Console.log color changed.
Mm-hmm.
Now after that you can write alert black color. So I'm not writing individual. I'm putting all of them within this function only. So there are different actions that I have. One is that when I click on that, I'm expecting the background color should be changed. Second thing, I want to print the console, and third thing, I'm seeing that alert also should be print. So this is an example that I'm telling that a function you can write whatever the logic that you want to perform when user clicks on the button. So you can combine all of them and you can write in this way.
Mm.
You're getting?
Yes.
Okay. See, sometimes
So,
what is going to be yeah, sometimes what is going to be happen when you click on any button, there are a lot of actions going to come.
Mm.
So that is those many actions you have to include within the function only. Then only when you click on button, everything will be visible to you as per your requirement. So it is like grouping of all the logics are writing together.
Mm.
Okay, so now I'll tell you. Now I'm just reloading this page, and make sure to check that when I'm clicking that what we have written first background color and second console and third alert, right? Now see if
Mm-hmm.
within the click I'm going to get three of them. Until unless I click, it won't come. It won't come. See, I'll show you now. I'll show you the difference here. Just copy them and paste outside of the function. Okay, I'm writing outside of the function. Now if I reload, see what is going to be happen. Not set properties of null, setting busy color. What happened to this busy color? Okay, let me copy this here and let me add here because I am operating DOM. Let us see. Yeah. So now you see what you have seen when you reload the page. By default only it is coming. See,
Yeah.
when I'm reloading this, you can see that black color alert here and color change here. And once you click on this only, then you can see that black background color. But I don't want them to execute by default when my page loads. Okay, I want to show to the end user once they click on the button only. In this scenario, what I used a function. This can be anything. Change. I use that change VG color. You can use your name also. There is no harm on it. There is
Mm.
no wrong on it. But make sure what you have to do is you have to write a function keyword, and the name can be anything, and these brackets and these brackets. Within this flower brackets only, whatever you want to execute, you can execute.
Okay.
You understand at least now?
Yeah.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm just saving this and I'm just reloading this. And when I click on this, now everything works until I click on this button only. You observe the difference between these two actions,
Wait,
like
can you show
how
that again?
previously. Yeah, let me reload this. Now there is, when I reload this page, nothing is happening because there
Mm-hmm.
is no alert, there is no console, there is no background color, right? But
Yes.
until I click on this only, now you can see all of them.
Yeah.
Console is printed and alert is there and background color also changed.
Mm. So the
When it
makes
was
a change.
happening,
Yeah.
yeah, when it was happening, when I click on this only. So for this click, what I have written in HTML, I have written that on click event.
Mm.
Okay, and what I have written, I have written a function. What is the function name? Change bg color. So the same function only I have declared here with the function keyword, and whatever the need requirement things are there for me, and I have written all of them here.
Mm. Okay.
You got it now?
Yeah,
I
I
mean, you
understand.
understand the concept at least.
Yeah, I understand that part. Like
Yeah.
how.
See, until you practice, no, so you won't get. I told you, right? So this is not something like with HTML and CSS stuff. This you should think
Mm.
that how the page is really behaving.
Okay.
Okay, so this is an example that I'm giving that. Okay, so now I'm going to remove everything. Now, if I save this, if I click on this, nothing is going to happen because I have written that on click and function also declared, and in JS also function also declared, but I didn't write anything what I want.
Mm.
You're getting my point?
Yeah.
I didn't add. So the function is like empty logic.
Mm.
Okay, so now what we can do is let me enable this now, and the placeholder what I'm going to add is I'm going to add id here. So try to understand that I never used id so far while I'm explaining html and css, and I told you the one statement to you, remember. Id maybe we can use when we start the javascript only. because IDs are unique, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And we can find them based on the ID only. Otherwise,
So
we don't
to
know what
target
exactly it is.
so to
Oh, sorry.
target a specific is it to target a specific line?
Yes, target to specific. You are right. So what I'm going to do is I'm adding an ID as a marks. Okay, and this is that one button that we have, and still we have this function. So now let's, if I enter something, let us say I'm entering that value 50. Now if I click on this click me, at least whatever the value it is, I should see in the console. That is now my immediate requirement and first requirement here. Okay,
Mm.
now how we gonna crack it, you can see. So now how I'm going to operate this, first of all I'm going to store. Try to understand, this is a very important thing. Okay, try. Now first what I'm going to do, I don't know what exactly value it will come into the input field, that is up to end user only, right? So
Mm.
whatever the value that end user is going to enter here, first I should store it somewhere. How I gonna store it? The same way how we are storing the variables. But I'm not going to use the var keyword here, I'm going to use the let keyword here, and I'm actually using now the marks. Whatever the marks that we have here using, I'm using them. But I'm not going to keep a static value as a 35 or 45 now, because I don't know what exactly value user is going to enter in the input field.
Mm.
So now I should get the dynamic value. How I should get the dynamic value? So now you can see, now
That,
just reload this page. Document, because why document? All the HTML, this is the HTML element only, right? All the
yeah.
HTML elements will be loaded in the tree form, and when it is loading into as a tree form, so we should find them. Then only we will get to know, like what exactly, how we can handle this, and what exactly value user is going to enter in that. Otherwise, we won't get. Now I'll come to this document dot get element. So I am going to get the element. So I have a like in hundreds of elements, but I'm going to get the element by ID, because ID is unique only. If I have 100 IDs, okay, if I
Mm-hmm.
know ID name, then I'll get it very easily
Yeah.
using with ID. Right? See, you are going to school, right? Everybody has individual IDs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
even though you are a group of like 1,000 people, but when somebody says that like a specific code, obviously that person only will respond, right?
Mm-hmm.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write get element by ID, and what exactly ID that we have given for input field here, we have given as ID as marks. So now see that marks, and now check this, what exactly it is returning. You got it?
Mm.
What
It's just
exactly it is returning?
enter
What?
marks.
Yeah, whatever the element, entire element, it is returning for us. Based
Yeah.
on what? Based on ID
Mm-hmm.
marks. How
Oh.
we have written that? How we have written that? Get
Element
element by ID. So element in the sense, nothing is element is
connected.
nothing, a tag,
Yeah.
right? So get
Yeah.
element by ID. What is the ID name? Marks. So in
Marks.
this way only, mainly we can get the elements. Okay, now we got the element. What else we are going to do is now we need to store that whatever his user is going to enter here in generally. Okay, now I'll show you one more thing to you. So now if I add value equal to 50, now if you see output, you will get 50 here, because I gave value as a 50 here, that is the reason it is showing as a 15 here. So that means whatever user is going to enter in this input field, the value will be storing as a, the value will be storing, the value will be really storing in the value attribute only, right?
Mm.
You getting the statement or no?
Value attribute.
Okay, so let us say that now I have added a value 50, and I can see the 50. Still you are clear till this
Yes,
much?
that's clear.
Okay, so, yeah, so now what I'm going to do is, now you can see the code. Marks dot value. Now you can see what you are going to get it.
50. Oh,
Okay. See, if I
well,
give
if you
static value as, yeah, if I give static value as a 50, so I'll return the 50.
so if you
If I
do
don't give,
non-static,
yes, if I don't give any value, right? Now I'm entering that now 55 or okay 99. Now let us print the same thing. What exactly it is giving?
99.
What I
So
have
it's the
entered
same.
here? Same. So I can use this to store what exactly user is entering here. So now instead of the static value, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place here. So now what we are storing here, whatever the user is going to enter the input field, that value we are storing. We are storing on what in the marks, no variable only. Now let me now copy this, sorry, cut this, and let's uncomment this, and instead of static marks, let's make it a dynamic marks. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You got it? So
Yes.
now what we are going to do is we are going to copy this entire stuff and we are going to put here, because whenever user enters something and when user click on this, then only I should able to see all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now let
Yes.
us save this. Now if I enter value as a 65 and when I did and click me, see grade. Now it is a dynamic, not
Yeah.
gonna be static 75 anymore. If I enter 92 here,
It'll be
it
A
is going
grade.
to be A grade. It is not
Mm.
going to be static value, right? Even if I
Yeah.
enter, so now we can write in a one more condition also here. Let us say that, uh, yeah, let us say if user enters more than 100.
Mm.
Okay, so here itself we can write some condition here. We can change this if to else if, and if marks directly greater than 100, because marks can be 100 also, right? So we cannot write condition like greater than or equal to. So I'm going to make certain alert. Please enter marks less than 100 only. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Let me reload this. I'm going to enter 550 and just click me. Please enter marks less than 100 only.
Mm. Yeah, that's useful.
Right? But
Yeah. Then,
what you have been observed, this 550 is still still be there in that way only. So now
yeah.
what we are going to do is we are going to clear this. So what, how we
Mm.
can handle this in such a scenario? This marks equal to empty. What is this marks? This marks is a value only. So when you don't have a value, it is empty. Obviously, it will going to when this after this alert, the value will be clear out. Now we can check this 255 and click. Please enter marks less than 100 only. And when I click on this, immediately you can check that the input field value will be cleared out. Oh no, what happened to this? Marks is, it should not be right. How to clear this? Let us check in source. Okay, alert is coming. By this time, what is coming in the marks?
Yes.
Marks is empty string, right?
Mm.
Marks is empty string. Okay, this field is not getting cleared. We can check that, how to clear input field in JavaScript. There will be a lot of options, and let us see what we can do. Clear input field with a button. Hmm, how it got cleared? Okay, click document.get element by ID, my input value. Yeah, oh, we also did the same thing now. Is it a single string? Single string only I gave. Why it is not clearing? Do, 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 do. Or else maybe, I mean, this is also same. If I write this also equal to, it's still the same. Here, 220. Yeah, it is going. This condition is getting failed. Okay, okay. Marks is equal to, yeah, we are making marks here as, okay, let me put null. How exactly it is going to work? I'm not sure. Anyhow, we can check it. Now I don't want to stop all this stuff anymore. No, it is not actually clearing. Hmm. What if you put a form here? Form. We can put here. Um, Maybe we can write form reset. Yeah, for that we need to write a form name and all. No, I don't want to use that now. Okay, we'll see this for this option later. Why it is not coming?
Mm.
Hmm, 550 should work. Wait, okay, we'll do one thing now. Why don't we check in GPT?
Mm.
Right?
Yeah.
I'll have a lot of things for sure. Okay, so uh, as per the code, when user enters more than 100, I am showing array, sorry, not array, alert, but the input field is not clearing and I am not sure how to clear it. Oh, I didn't provide that. Stop.
Mm.
I actually didn't provide the code. I copied, but I didn't paste it.
Oh,
This
I do
is
that too.
my code. Sorry?
I do that all the time. Like there's no and like
Uh-huh.
next line button.
Okay. 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 I got. But still same, right? So let marks value. Okay, but same they're making this in the smart field code when the user enters a value. Okay, let us try this only. I thought to use this, but I thought it should work in this way. Equal to. Let's reload this. 220. Click me. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Now it makes sense. I think the issue here is, when we are checking marks already having that 225, so it is not actually taking this. Now we what we did it additionally, so the root element itself we are changing here. as again value as a empty. Okay, fine. You understand this, right? Any questions so far?
I just feel
Or
like
you understand what exactly we made here?
yeah, I understand what you're doing, but
Hmm.
I don't think I memorized it.
No, no, you have to search now. How can you say that? That
No, like
we
I
have to
understand
practice
like
all this
why
stuff. No?
one thing happened to the next. I'm just saying I need to practice.
Yeah, yeah, lot. You need to practice a lot. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, instead of printing in console, right? We can do one more thing here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add one h3 element here. Okay, but I'm not going to pass anything here. Okay, so in h3, but what I'm going to do h3 also I'm going to add one id as result. Okay, so instead of checking every time in the console, how it would be if we check here itself, right? We
Hmm.
don't need to open the console also, right? Makes sense.
Yeah.
So for that, what I am going to do is for result I have added that one h3, but you won't see that h3 here because h3 element is there but there is no content on it. Okay, so
Hmm.
now what I am going to do here is whenever I do all this stuff, right, instead
Hmm.
of console I'm going to first let me add that let result equal to same way how we are identifying that marks in the same way we are going to, but we don't need to do the value here. Okay, we
Hmm.
need to make sure result for value we are going to use only for input elements, not for like this h3 divs and all. Okay,
Hmm.
now
What's gonna show in the H3?
sorry.
So in the H3, it's just gonna show the results in or the
Yeah,
output
I'll
in.
yeah, I'll show you now. Now I'll show you like document how we find initially the input phase. Now document dot uh, get element by id. If you write result, what exactly is going to come as h3 only, right?
Uh-huh.
Now what I'm going to do is dot, not I'm not going to add a value here. I'm going to add that inner text or inner
You put two
html. I don't
N's.
remember.
There's two N's.
Sorry.
In the inner text, there's
Oh,
two
okay, okay.
N's.
I see, I see. I don't remember whether it is inner text or in inner HTML, but let us see.
Mm.
Now, if I print result, okay, I'm not getting anything here. But let us see inner text or inner HTML. Don't understand. Remember this. Inner. Oh, not inner text. Actually, it inner only. Sorry, it's my bad.
Mm.
Inner text only, I guess. Yeah, now you can see you got that welcome here.
Mm.
Inner text. Yeah, so what it means, right, now if you print that only result, now you will get that this h3 along with the text also. So when you get the values from, when you want to push or when you want to get the values, okay, get and push. Okay, or maybe you can understand set and get. Set in the sense you can set, get in the sense you can get. So what you need for inputs, a value, right? When you are adding that in get element by id dot marks that value, you will get a value equal to something, you are setting value there. You understand the difference?
Yeah.
Okay, in the same way, when it comes to HTML, normal no HTML element, apart from these forms, what we are going to use, we are going to use inner text. To set, we are going to use a inner text. To get also, we are going to use that inner text only. So now I'm going to make here as inner. I think we have two things: inner HTML and of course inner text. I'll tell you the difference between. So we'll go with the inner text only. Now what we have in the result, whatever the data that we are going to put, that will be in result only. So now we'll try one thing, instead of console, what exactly it is? Result equal to, we don't need these brackets, and result equal to, first try this 90 and 75 values and let us see how it will work. So I'm going to add 80 and click me. um, okay, there is some error. No, blah 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 blah. Okay, I mean, nowadays actually, to be honest with you, we are not actually doing this basic JavaScript and all.
Yeah, makes sense.
So need to check that result result and it is, if it is 80, so this is result empty now. And when it comes to this condition is going to work, and 80 greater than or equal to 90, so it won't work. When it comes to, so result also no, and it should work in a result. Okay, instead of that, what we're gonna do, so we are not going to add the inner text here every time. This is the problem that we have seen here, right? So now what I'm going to do here is result dot inner HTML. Will try this one and let's see the output. 85, clicking yes. Now we got. See, the problem is, we are actually storing directly this value here. So first we should store the element, then we can write whatever we want. See, this is the reason that we got previously this issue. We are also storing value here, so that is the reason a value cannot be equal to empty string here. Okay.
Mhm.
Now inner.html. Now inner.html equal to fail and remove the console. Now it should work 100%. Now if I enter 30, fail. If I enter 55, C grade. If I enter 90, A grade. If I entered 100, A grade. If I entered 101, please enter marks less
Mhm.
than 100 only. So yeah, when we are doing this, right, when this alert is happening, we are actually removing this, but still this A grade is showing like that only, right?
Yeah.
Simple. How we are actually making this value none? In the same way, result dot inner HTML equal to, what is the value here we need to put?
Uh,
Same empty string only, because we don't need anything. When you give an empty string, it won't appear in the web page.
oh,
Okay, so now let us say that 50,
so
100, A grade, 105.
error.
So when I start immediately clicking on this, okay, what I need this input field should be clear, and of course I don't want to see anything.
Mm,
You understand? I don't
yeah.
think so.
What, like, when nothing is put, then nothing happens.
Sorry, sorry.
So you just want something empty afterwards.
Yeah, I'm empty input field and I don't see the, see. Let us say now when I comment this, right? Now when I click on 105, Please enter marks less than 100 only. And when I click on OK, okay, I'll show you in a different way. First, I'll go with that 100. Now it is giving A grade. Okay. But if I enter 105 and when I click this button, please enter marks less than 100 only, and it is the right approach. And whenever I click on OK, the input field is clearing, but still it is showing A grade only. It does not
Mm.
make sense, right? It is wrong as per this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is the reason. As long as I click on OK button, how I am actually making this marks, right, as a empty. In the same way, what I'm doing is results also I'm making in the same way. You
Mm.
understand?
Yeah.
But you need a practice to understand. Okay. Now there is a case like when I click on directly click me, what
Oh,
it is showing? Fail,
fail.
which is also wrong, right?
Yeah. So it should
Yeah.
be.
So what we are going to do is we are going to add a one more if condition here. If marks, what is marks? Marks are nothing. So there is no marks. So marks are double equal to empty string. That means there is no value in the input field. Now I'm going to hit that alert. Please enter marks. Make sense?
Mm.
So if we have already if, so I'm going to change this as a else if space, right? See how many
Mm.
conditions that we made. It's all based on the requirement only, right? We are not actually making something in our own way, right? Now let me
Mm-hmm.
reload this. See, if I click on click me, now it will show you that please enter marks only. It won't show false to me or fail to me.
Mm.
You're getting?
That's better. Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to practice. DOM is a very important topic, and we started functions and we started DOM and how to get the values for the input field. See, this we can write in a better approach also. Like let me remove this value here so that now marks is only input element. Now every time what we have to do is we have to check marks that value. Then the value we have removed here, we have added value here. This is the kind of approach. So then we don't need this also here. Simply we can write marks value equal to null. How we have to. Now we won't get any error. Now you can check that. If I enter 100, it will give A grade. If I enter 105, if I click on click me, now
Mm.
100 only, no issue.
Yeah, it goes back. Mm.
Yeah, so this is a clear thing. See, earlier what we have did, we have added a value. So the entire marks we are storing here. But instead of values, we should take store first the element. Then after once you store the element, then you can operate the value here. You can use wherever you want. The same way how we store the result, the h3 element we stored into the result, and then after we have written that in the inner HTML. When we need that in the clear that in HTML, we are adding that in the empty string. When we need
Mm.
a content, we are adding that in the quotes and we are adding the content, whatever the required content that we have. Clear?
Yeah.
Not exactly, yeah. Okay,
I
let
mean,
me
not until I do it.
okay paste and let me paste this condition also. But trust me, see this won't come overnight, Darshana.
Mm.
You won't get in a logical thinking and JavaScript stuff. You won't get in a night. It's like in a months and years of efforts for sure. Okay.
Mm.
So in general, like based on your profile, I can simply ignore the JavaScript and jQuery stuff, and I can spend more time on layouts, HTML, Bootstrap, because you are already aware of that. concept. Now you understand that, how they're making the website, and you are understanding that and how to inspect that and what are the properties and all, right? But
Yeah.
as I have already committed that, that I'm going to give the JavaScript and jQuery thing, and this is a part of the syllabus. For you, I can, like, remove this and I can only focus on that. But what my intention behind it is, in future, like, if you have some understand how JavaScript works and all, maybe if you have a time, you can learn that also, right?
Mm.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
you will
it's
be
true.
like, you will be having a good profile, that you have knowledge on, like, how UX things works, and you have a knowledge on that, how HTML and CSS works, and you have an information on JavaScript also, right? That is the
Yeah.
reason. Otherwise, still I'm okay that, if you say that Sai, JavaScript is very critical for me, I'm not able to understand, and still you can, whatever the time that we have, we can focus on only on the layout building with Bootstrap and all. I'm ready.
Mm.
I'm
Yeah,
okay
I
with that.
do.
I'll give you more tips to you. Like, see, we're going to have much time, and I'll give you, like, interview, how you gonna, prepare the interview, what kind of questions you will get, because the questions you will get in an interview is in a different way. Like, simply how they will come. Darshana, can you show me, like, how we can make a center line div horizontally
Mm.
and vertically? In this way, they were going to ask. So, like, properties and all, but all of a sudden you won't get this information.
Mm.
It will be fail for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, so this
Um,
kind of things also will have.
yeah. I but I think it's beneficial because as long as I understand the basics first, I think I
Yeah,
can
that is the, yeah, see, that is the
online
reason.
course,
Oh,
like do an online the code academy or something to
yeah,
understand it
yeah, you
myself.
can. Yes, yes, yes. That is
But
fine.
I
That's no
think the
issue.
learn like starting is my problem. After I get the basics or I feel like I can get it, then I'm like more motivated to learn.
Yeah, 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 yeah. See, I'm not saying that, like, I'm saying that, still that the option is there, but even I'm not also interested to, much. Okay, top JavaScript, focus on UI only. Okay, otherwise I
Mhm.
would do that before only, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that is the point. See, that is the reason that, I can simply start the JavaScript DOM function and all. But the other day I have spent a lot of time and explain you, like, what is the scope of the JavaScript also, and how Visual Studio Code itself is built on JavaScript itself, right?
Hmm.
The Electron framework, and React Native, and mobile apps, and backend Node.js. All these points I told you, right? I mean, I have explained. See, the purpose behind it is, if you know that basics on basics, information, you can learn maybe slowly with any of the online tools or tutorials, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's all for today. So function, I mean, I hope you understand that function and if else conditions and switch, and how we focus on few of the DOM stuff, like, what is the document dot get element by id. This is not the only way, okay, to get the marks, to get the what you call this marks. This is not the only way to, document or get element by id. There are other stuff as well to get the element, other options also to get the element. So document dot get element, so you have a lot of options. You can get the element by tag name also, you can get the element by class name also.
Mm.
Okay, all the stuff you have been always, it is not possible to assign the id, right? Sometimes dynamic content will come. Okay, sometimes dynamic content will come. As I told you, let us say that, you are getting, like, two divs from dynamically somewhere, some plugin, and there is no id for it, but you need to do some action on it. Definitely you have an option is the class, definitely class should be there, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, so let us say that, there is no class, no id. Okay, there is no class, no id, and plain div only. You are getting plain div only like this.
Mm.
Okay, let us say that. But definitely either of this, before or after of the divs which you are getting, definitely there will be some divs having the classes or IDs, right?
Hmm.
Not that those dynamic divs. Let us say example. I'll tell you the same scenario. Now you have a form here, and you have a h3 here, and let's assume that you are getting a two divs here dynamically. Right now I'm
Mm-hmm.
adding the code in local, but assume that there is no code in your HTML page, but something from some library, the divs are coming dynamically to your HTML page. Okay, and there is no class for them. There is no ID for them to identify them, to get the information. Let us say that what information that we have. We have something dynamic information from library. So this is very important thing. Okay, let's say example you're getting two divs, and now you tell me how you gonna get this content, or you want to change dynamic information to you want to change as a static information. The text
You
you want to change.
change it to nothing.
Yeah, so from dynamic information to static information. The word dynamic information text, right? Text is there, dynamic information, and you want to change to static information. And make sure what my statement is. These divs are temporary. I have added in HTML for your understanding purpose. Don't assume
Mm-hmm.
that these divs are there here. Okay, it is coming. They are coming from some third-party library, which is generated dynamically.
Mm.
In such a case, how you can change this from dynamic information to static information?
You can do uh, like, should there be an action or just it changes when you click it?
No, 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 nothing. So there is no action on all. Okay, instead of
Mm-hmm.
dynamic, when page gets loaded, you want to share static only.
Mm,
I mean, all these informations and all, like it will really helps you to understand the actual subject. You are even though you are practicing, that is fine. But if you are not, this is called logical thinking, right? Because
mm-hmm.
let us see, very fair. Okay, see, when we change, let us say that for example, if I have id here, okay, let's say the example dynamic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now id I have, and I can write that document dot get element by id so and so, and I can write an inner html, and instead of dynamic information I can change to static information. Make sense? You understand
Mm-hmm.
till this? Because we already
Yes.
did this, right?
Yeah.
But there is no id and there is no class. You're getting straight away information like this only
So
from other source. Now how
do
you're going to get this div, and how you're going to change the dynamic content information to static information, how you change the context.
you can't focus just on the divs? Like,
Okay, but there will be other divs also. When you
yeah,
focus on this div also come, right? See, if you
yeah,
remember, we already discussed at the same point while we were discussing the css, the
yeah.
parent child and all we discussed, right? That nth child
Mm-hmm.
and selectors. See, the selectors is not just for a css. Here also it works.
Yeah.
The advantage that you have at least one h3 is there where it has a result,
Yes.
right? First, now you can find this h3, then after immediate element, next element. So how to find the next element in JavaScript?
Selector.
How to find the next next element? Get the next element in JavaScript. Let us see what exactly we're going to get. Next sibling property. Next sibling. See, we have this.
Mm.
Okay, now we can try the same thing and we'll see how it's going to work. So now what I'm going to do here is document get element by ID. First, what we have to get? We have to get that result. Result, and next sibling inner HTML equal to, instead of dynamic information, what I'm going to change as a static information. And now let us see whether it works or not. It is not. Why? Because result, we took the result only, right? Result get element by ID. Next sibling. What exactly it is next sibling in the sense here? As per this item one is where here. Oh, parent should be same. Huh? Oh, that is a problem. Parent should be same. What other things that we have instead of that? HTML DOM, next element. I mean, we may have a lot of options.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this case only it works next element. Sorry, next sibling. But how about outside of that? Yeah, we have a GPT now. Why we are worrying this? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
ah, what is that? Yeah, what is this? So in the above HTML, I want to add the inner HTML to div, inner HTML to div based on result ID dealing with JavaScript. Let us see how what kind of solution it is going to give for us. It is it is giving some wrong because we don't need that inner HTML in result, right?
Mm-hmm.
We need after that. I don't need. By the way, you know it how to use it GPT. Well,
Uh,
need to
I do.
change the inner HTML for result h3 element. I need to change it for div, the first div after the
H3.
h3 element based on uh,
Sibling element. Yeah.
h3 element ID. Let us see. Next element sibling. What we saw somewhere here. Next sibling. Okay. Next sibling is different from next what we saw here.
Element.
Next element sibling. Okay, that is the confusion that we have. Next
Mm.
sibling is different and next sibling element is different, right?
Mm.
Okay. What we have, so the result we have stored and result element dot next element sibling. We will get this, and when we have this, we are going to okay next we can use this. Let us see. Yes. Clear? You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, the point is, if you know the concept, like, how you can handle and all, even though if you forget the syntax, it is okay. There are a lot of resources that, we have GPTs or we have a Google, we have a Stack Overflow and all, everything,
Mm.
right? But you should understand the concept first.
Yeah.
Now, even though dynamic content also comes to you, you can still handle it. You can change the content, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is what. So when it comes to JavaScript, it's next element sibling. There are a lot of things like that. Next element sibling, next sibling. We saw that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Still any question?
Um, no.
No, right? Okay. Great.
Yeah.
I think we can connect on Monday, and we'll more now focus on DOM things and after the DOMs. I think what I told you the other day. I forgot that. Uh, Yeah. Uh, for loops,
Oh yeah.
you understand the, yeah, you understand the functions, right? So function,
Mm-hmm.
we tried with, only this way. Now we are going to try with, parameters also, function with the parameter, that also we can cover. Yeah, probably the next week, session will be, all the sessions will be completed. What you have to do is, you have to practice well. Okay, at
Mm.
least for few days, during the JavaScript sessions, right, you can ignore that HTML, CSS, those stuff and focus on it. At least you will get an idea. Anyhow, that you know you have a confidence on the other way, the other face, right, like HTML, CSS, most of that. I understand that already. You have a
Mm.
confidence.
Yeah.
Even though you are not getting, you can copy the code up from any of the website and you can take the properties and that, or else you can use the GPT for best results.
Yeah,
I know
that's
you
true.
have that confidence now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that is the reason I'm telling that, just ignore those technologies, at least next week, during the next week, and only focus on this. I'll try to
Okay.
cover, what I can, explain, and what are the best points to, explain, so that I'll try to
Mm-hmm.
cover them in a week of time.
Okay.
Okay, sure then.
Yeah.
Thank
All right. Thank you.
you.